The Bitcoin market cycle is repeating now, with us potentially being in a complacency stage. Bitcoin is dumping now, and I have just done some major things to new Bitcoin trades. We'll need to give a huge update about that, about this Bitcoin breakdown that we are seeing, and our updated chart. So a lot of important things to discuss during today's updated video. Need to talk about Ethereum and much more in today's update video. So as always, let's get started with a shorter time frame. And in a shorter time frame, well, Bitcoin is dumping back to the downside again to the range lows like I have been anticipating. And I have been saying that it is going to be very likely to see a liquidity grab below the range lows and then potentially touch that 50 weekly moving average and then still see a little bit of a bounce to the upside, which is right now exactly playing out. I've just entered a Bitcoin long position and I've got more orders down below. The exact updates are in my Platinum group with the first link down below. It is free to join. But yeah, Bitcoin is breaking to the downside and people are wondering, are we potentially or have we potentially just entered this complacency stage with anxiety, denial and panic coming up later? Are we indeed potentially headed for a bear market? Well, one thing that I would like to still say is that we are still holding above the 50 weekly moving average, okay? And as long as we still remain to hold above the 50 weekly moving average, I myself would still like to remain to be optimistic on crypto, on Bitcoin, and I just do not want to get overly bearish on Bitcoin right now, as long as the trend is still bullish. Now, I am very aware of all of the bearish signals and all of the bearish warning signs right now coming from the charts. I mean, I've been explaining that exactly in all of my recent few videos. You can see it over here, my final warning. The bulls are blind, the Bitcoin bear market, this pattern is looking dangerous, and many more videos also exactly at the top. Pay attention now, Bitcoin target hit, big resistance coming up, etc. Right? So yeah, I have been already telling you all of the bearish warning signals, etc. I have been already outlining this distribution phase that we're currently in. Definitely all of the warning signals are there and we have been discussing them very extensively. However, we are still holding above the 50 weekly moving average, and that is very important to keep in mind and to remind you of, because as long as we stay above this level, well, anything could happen. For example, Trump could tweet out something very bullish about crypto, and we're still going to be seeing a very nice continuation of the trend. This time around, it could actually be different because more Bitcoins are already in circulation, and this time we could actually be following normal liquidity cycles, and we could just be following the stock market gold chart to the upside and still continue this bull market. Just a reminder to that, even though we're dumping in the shorter time frame, even though we have been predicting this shorter time frame dump exactly right, even though we have been anticipating it. And yeah, right now I've been entering some more positions. For example, on Bitcoin, I've just opened up a position right now at around this level, at the 104.5k level. Yeah, we are seeing a slight little bounce in a shorter time frame, so that's pretty nice. But I've also got even more orders down below if we are going to be falling down lower at the 102.5k level and the 100.5k level. If we are going to be falling to the 50 weekly moving average, I'm ready to be opening up my orders. Also on Ethereum, well, I've been scaling out right at the exact top right over here. I've been scaling out on my Ethereum position, and I'm like you can see, my realized P&L is 130k. First, initially, this was a 300k margin position. I've scaled it back to the 150k. I've added a 50k extra just at the bottom right over here again. And right now, I'm prepared to add another 100k at the 3,420 US dollar level. So if we are going to be reaching that level, I'm back to my original position size of a 300k margin position, because this is another 100k order down below. So yeah, that is pretty much my game plan. If you want the exact updates, make sure to join the Platinum group with the first link down below. I have been saying that I'm expecting a dump back to the 106 to 103k level for Bitcoin, and I'll be having a look into opening new positions from off that level. I mean, we have been perfectly predicting it, and the exact update is in the Platinum group. Anyways, have we indeed hit that complacency stage? Well, in my opinion, I do have to be honest here, I do think it's pretty likely that we have hit that complacency stage, right? Just like I've shared, I am very aware of all of the bearish signals, but I do not want to get overly bearish just yet, right? Now, one thing that I will say is that even if we have hit the complacency stage, and if we're going to be entering that bear market, okay, we're still going to be seeing some very nice bounces, just like we have seen in the last cycle. Even if we have hit that bear market, well, still, we can be expecting a bounce from the 50 weekly moving average. Still, I mean, it's not that much of a bump, but still it was a 15% bump, 10% bump to the upside. So even if we are going to be entering a bear market here, well, then I am going to be expecting at least a 10% bump from the 50 weekly moving average. That is just indicates that if we're going to be entering that bear market, right, we can be reaching levels to the 111K easily again, which is going to be quite a very nice bounce. Now, again, that's just if we have entered that bear market and if we've entered the complacency stage. Now, in the case that we're still in a bull market, well, then we can still be expecting some very nice lags to the upside, and we can still be expecting new all-time highs. And this is just going to be another generational opportunity to be buying more Bitcoin, just like we have done right over here, just like we have done right over here, and just like we have done pretty much throughout the entire bull market, right? So, yeah, that is now. I do not think that this scenario right now is very similar than all of these previous scenarios. Why? Because we are entering the late part of the cycle, and yeah, this time around it is indeed a little bit more dangerous. But I'm just highlighting that in a worst case scenario, we will still see a pretty nice bounce. So as long as the trend is still bullish, I would still like to be on the long side, and the worst case scenario is still pretty good for me. We can still be profiting pretty nice from that worst case scenario. So that is just how I'm seeing it. Now, if you are going to be getting interested in trading yourself as well, make sure to be checking out the link down below, because you can be claiming some huge deposit bonuses and start trading on the cheapest exchange out there with a 25% trading fee discount with that link down below, and also a free $100 coupon which you can be claiming. All of the details are down below. Huge deposit bonuses, and yeah, check out the link down below for all of the details, right? Anyways, also this deposit bonus and 25% trading fee discount is only going to be available with my link down below, so that's important. Anyways, for Ethereum, it's also been dumping a lot to the downside, right? A lot. I did expect that Ethereum was going to be holding up a little bit better, but I mean, that is not what the chart is giving us now. We are dumping back to about the 3.4K level, which is a huge level of support that I've outlined previously. It's maybe a little bit hard to see, but I'll make it a little bit lighter. There you go. This is the level that I've been highlighting in the past, and yeah, this is a pretty significant level for Ethereum that we are approaching. That is also the reason why I've got another buy order at the $3,420 level. Now, Ethereum could potentially be creating a very nice falling wedge pattern, which might be very nice. If you've been following me for a longer time, you know I love falling wedge patterns. So this might be very nice coming up for Ethereum. ETH BTC is still, yeah, kind of seeing a shit to the downside. Maybe potentially also creating something of similar pattern, right? Maybe a bit of a falling wedge pattern. But it's going to be a matter of time until we are going to be breaking to the upside for ETH BTC from this downtrend. And then I definitely do think a very nice lag to the upside could still be getting initiated for Ethereum. But like I've been sharing also in the beginning of the video and earlier in previous videos, etc., the warning signals are definitely there for this bull market. I just want you to keep it in mind. In my Platinum group in the chat, some people have been asking me, oh, what do you think is going to be happening next, etc., etc. I've been answering some questions, but honestly, I really don't think it's looking that good anymore. In the past, for the entirety of the bull market, I've been screaming bullish. I've been bullish throughout the entire bull market, but right now, I just have to be honest with you. I do not think that it's looking so good anymore. I don't don't think it's looking so green anymore. And like I've been sharing many times, I'm just going to be keeping it honest with you guys. I'll be telling you whenever I think something is looking good. I'll be telling you whenever I think something is looking bad. And right now, I just do not think it's looking that good anymore. In this end part of the 4-year cycle, we have reached our bull market target over here. We are breaking the parabolic trend. Just not looking so good. 4-year cycle and weakening momentum. We are already breaking below the 50 weekly moving average on the Bitcoin to stock market pair. Okay, this is the stock Bitcoin compared to stock market chart. US interest rate cuts, just like we have seen in 2019. Weakening economy right now. So I mean, it's not looking so good. On-chain signals are also suggesting a peak and again the 4-year cycle top, right? So that is just what I want to be highlighting. Now, another thing that I do want to be saying, and which is going to be very important for everybody that might feel sad, might feel disappointed now about the performance of this bull cycle. I mean, I get it. For me, it's been pretty nice because I've been long throughout the entirety of this cycle. I've been pretty early. I mean, I've been literally around at the bear market bottom. I've bought majority of my Bitcoins at the bear market bottom. So for me, it's been a pretty good cycle. Apart from altcoins, altcoins have been the only bad thing. But one thing that I want to share is that if you're maybe a little bit disappointed, one thing that I can tell you and one thing that I can share is that if you just stick around during this maybe potentially bear market that might be starting, one thing that I can say is that the next cycle is going to be very, very nice for you because you know the game, you know how to play it, you know you should be accumulating during the bear market. I mean, we're only going to be getting some very good prices to accumulate cheap Bitcoin from if we are indeed going to be getting that bear market. So look at it from the bright side. From the bright side, you're going to be getting amazing opportunity just if you stick around. Next cycle is going to be much bigger with probably quantitative easing, with probably interest rates at near zero. And yeah, next cycle is going to be amazing because of that. I just want to be telling you that in the worst case scenario that we're going to be indeed entering that bear market, it's still going to be pretty good if you just stick around, pay attention, stay in the market, accumulate at lows, okay? And then you're going to be pretty well off. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but in 1 to 2 years' time, it's going to be all right. That's just in a worst case scenario. Anyways, with that being said, make sure to check out all of the links down below. Huge deposit bonuses. Join the Platinum group if you want to see all of the trading updates, everything I'm doing in real time right now in this volatile market. And anyways, guys, with that being said, I'll see you in another update video tomorrow morning.